Yo, and we're back. Welcome to the Culture and Cannabis Podcast. I am one of your hosts, Anthony Lee, aka Full-Time Tony, here with my guy,
the one and only JC Coates,
the self-proclaimed rawest motherfucker in the room, JC Coates.
Real talk.
Real talk.
That's what it is.
Listen, I'm live right now in two places. We're live on Facebook. I'm live on my IG. If you want to watch there, go for it. I would like, get some traffic over there. We're still on the road to 10,000, JC, for me.
Yeah.
Road to 10,000. Yeah. It's been a long road, but we're moving up. We're shaking it up. But listen, we have a great guest today.
Yes, we do.
Who we got?
We have Misty Lownik in the building. Misty is a cannabis edible chef, award-winning chef here in Las Vegas from Nevada. Been making edibles for I think close to a decade. Inspired in recipes by her mom. Bakes with love, and she's been supporting us for a long time. She's here in studio with us. Misty, what's going on?
Hi, I've been supporting you since the very first Culture and Cannabis.
Yes,
I love it. I've missed a few, but I've been to almost all of them.
Yes, you have. You have been to almost all of them, and it's been.
They're one of the best events we have. So.
Yes, and we need to get back to them, right?
Yes.
We need to get back very soon.
We're trying.
We do. All right, well, yeah, it's good that we're taking our time.
Yeah.
Let's everyone be safe.
Sure.
Rather safe than sorry.
Yeah, we got
face shield gang.
Yeah, get your face shield and get money.
Fuck COVID, get money, wear the fucking mask, I guess. I don't know. I feel like at first I was just talking so much shit about COVID, and I've never stopped. I'm still talking shit about it just because, fuck it. But, at the same time, it's just I just want to get through it at this point. So it's kind of like dealing with a toddler at this point. It's like they're just kicking and screaming. So it's like, yo, just stop kicking and fucking screaming. I'll do whatever you fucking want me to do. I just want to start throwing events again.
Yeah. It's testing, right? And I said this in the beginning, and I'll say it again. If it wasn't going to be this, it's going to be something else, right? And if you're trying to get your brand down the field, if you're trying to be successful and participate in progress, you got to be able to react to certain things like this. You know what I mean? And not get stuck, right? Not get frozen. Not be like, oh, I can't do this because there's COVID, right?
You always have to flow. You got to keep flowing.
Got to keep the flow.
What have you done with your business model since COVID hit?
Since COVID?
Yeah.
Just honestly nothing. Just keeping what I've been doing going, which is the hardest part about it.
So let's talk about that. What is Misty Land Baked Goods? Who is that? And give us the full lowdown.
I'm Misty Land Baked Goods. I started doing edibles around 20 years ago, and then around 10 years ago started making it my passion and really getting the recipes. Pot brownies. Worst rap, everyone hit.
Yeah, throw some weed and some batter and throw it in the oven, right?
Right?
And hope for the best.
And hope for the best, right? Let's hope it doesn't taste grainy and nasty and we can get it down. And I wanted to take that stigma away from those as I wanted to with marijuana, or weed or cannabis or whatever you want to call it. And just started honing in my recipes and doing my own thing and just perfecting it until we became legal. And then as soon as that happened, I just hit the ground running with Instagram and all the Facebooks and everything, and then getting into the cannabis culture industry here in Vegas and just meeting everybody. That was a huge journey. It was just amazing, all the people I got to meet, and the knowledge that is cram-packed in this community is just mind-blowing. I fucking love it so much. And then I've done, let's see, I started on Instagram meeting people and getting into the industry, and then met some beautiful people along the way, got in some magazines. Won Hemp Fest for Best Edibles when the last one that was here.
Hemp Fest 2017. Tell us about that. How was that?
It was great. It was
good times, right?
It was great. It was really great.
And so you won award for
Best Edibles.
Best Edibles.
Back in the day, Hemp Fest 2017.
For the brownies, right
Before
there.
It was cool, right?
Oh, God. Yeah, the brownies. Wait, what do we got in front of us right now?
Okay, so you have my award-winning dark chocolate hazelnut truffle brownies.
I think me and Jason are going to have to have one of those.
Yeah. And then they're both peanut butter cookies, just these ones are, stronger than those, so I made them different. And these are actually vegan peanut butter crunch cookies, and these are actually gluten-free. There's no flour in here.
And these are also vegan too, right?
Well, the peanut butter cookies, yeah.
Both
they're
both vegan. Me and JC just ate one, 25 milligrams, and
I'm gonna eat another one.
You're gonna do two.
I'm gonna go for two.
Well, I would like. You want to just split one of the brownies with me?
One of the brownies, sure.
Yeah, because listen, I would like to eat these, but I would also like to have the podcast.
Yes,
So
well,
if I have too many, then JC's gonna be running the podcast, and we don't know how that's gonna go.
Take a nice little nap
Cheers.
in the
Cheers.
afternoon.
Cheers. All right.
This is
Enjoy.
20 milligrams. I'm about to eat right now.
Do you want one too? Or?
Are we gonna do it all together?
Yeah, I think
yeah.
so.
I'll
But
have a whole one.
Yeah. You rock and roll like that.
All right. Cheers.
I've had a
Yeah,
few of
cheers,
these today.
cheers.
Guys. Thank
yeah.
you.
Yeah, fuck COVID. We just cheers our food together.
Well,
I didn't touch it before. Oh my god.
What'd you get in there, bro?
Uh-oh. So we do
eating weed there.
JC's doing his food culture and food dance. Uh-oh.
oh yeah.
So we have a TV show called Culture is Food, and JC has a little dance meter. If JC starts dancing, that means the food's really good.
That got it activated. It definitely did.
I think you're gonna be dancing all episode.
That's great. It's just a bunch of chocolate, right? It's kind of like, really firm on the outside.
It's
super-
so crispy.
That's the brownie part.
It's so crispy on the outside.
But what's
And then
going on inside? There's some like serious action happening
That's the
inside.
truffle part.
That's the truffle part. Okay. Truffle, baby. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's talk about it, right? So, I mean, the pot brownie. I mean, come on.
Stigma.
Everybody knows about the pot brownie, right?
I've made way too many in college and got way too fucked up off them.
So, like, how do you make weed brownies? How do you do it properly?
The way I infuse things, and I'm still eating, so excuse me.
It's all good.
Is I use any oil-based product.
Okay.
My favorite is coconut oil. And I take concentrate, usually sugar, shatter, any of those mediums, and infuse it into the coconut oils, into the oils. So that makes it evenly distributed throughout the product. I'm really, really, key on making everyone the same.
So when I was a bartender back in the day, we used to infuse different vodkas and different rums, and the way that we would do that is we would kind of like choose whatever fruit that we wanted to infuse it with, and we would kind of like not like smash it, but we would like kind of cut it up, right, to kind of let some of that stuff out, and we would just dump it in the rum or the vodka or whatever it was, and we would just let it sit. Right, overnight, and I didn't realize how simple that kind of like infusion process was, but I'm sure there's some things going on there that I'm not really mentioning, but just sitting it over there for like 2 or 3 days would get that infusion going on.
Yes.
Right. So is it kind of the same thing with
Exactly the same thing. Exactly how you make tinctures. It's the same thing.
So how long will you let it sit?
Oh, it depends. You can go however long you want, really. You can, it's however long you want it to. I think after a certain point with fruits, and I don't know fruits very well, you have to take those out. But with like weed, I've done tinctures up to a month or two, just sitting there and turning it every day and leaving it in the dark places. And I mean, it just really depends on if you're using the best ingredients, you don't really need a lot of time. It's going to seep out and get in there, and you're going to drain your product and have your tincture. So,
nice.
I mean, I don't.
Cool. So we're not talking about a 30-day process. We're talking about getting the sugar, throwing it in there.
I would definitely. I think it's a week or two. I think.
Nice. Okay.
I haven't made tinctures. Literally, tinctures was the first thing I ever made. That was almost,
Do you
a long time ago.
Do you make the tinctures first, and then does that give you a better way to dose the edibles?
I don't make tinctures. My edibles are with oil.
Oh,
so
straight
they're
oil.
infused with concentrate.
Okay.
So those are not tinctures.
So when
you
you
actually cook those together, you infuse them.
So when you so you're can you just like walk us through that process, that like infusing of a pot brownie?
So I mean, you literally have a jar of coconut oil.
Yep.
And then
you have your concentrate.
So let's talk about what are you gonna make? One sheet of brownies today, right? Just one sheet. So how much concentrate do we use?
The best, it depends on your dose.
What about like a
best
simple
and
10
easiest-
milligram dose?
The best thing to do is go to a dispensary and either get a distillate syringe or an actual little half gram of shatter or concentrate of like butter or whatever, medium it is. And it'll have on there exactly what your milligram dose is. Usually for a 1 gram dose, it's anywhere between like 700 to 1,000 milligrams on concentrate, depending. So if you average it out to do like 750, then you would take that number and infuse it into whatever you're making that pot of brownies. You're going to cut it, and however many pieces you get, you're going to divide that into your 750 number, and that's going to tell you what each brownie is. And then what you do is just take your oil, your distillate or your concentrate, you throw it into a ramekin or whatever dish you have that's oven safe. Put it in there, 220. You're decarbing it is what you're doing. And cook it off for your 20 minutes, 40 minutes, whatever your version is. And you take that, it's going to be nice and liquidy, and you're going to just, from there, put it into your, any oils you have, avocado, coconut, doesn't matter. And blend. You're going to blend. Some people like to, do double boiling method. There's different ways you can do it. So, but it's really simple. And if you want to be really, really basic, you just take that whole syringe and dump it into whatever
batter.
Yeah, whatever batter you have. Really, I mean, it can be that simple.
Yeah, because I feel like for me, whenever I kind of went through the process of trying to cook with cannabis for a while, and when I lived in Reno, and I tried like double boiling method. I tried the which I did that for oil, and then I also tried the butter method, which was a little bit different. You have to let that sit overnight and get hard.
Yeah, because you separate the water from the solid.
Yeah,
the fats.
And that separates.
Which I don't like to cook with at all.
Yeah, I hated it. I thought that was the worst way to do it. And then but actually when I was working with VVG back in 2018, they had the fully activated syringes, which were super awesome because you don't have to do any work. All you just dump that right in.
Right there.
You just dump it right in.
Yes.
Spin it all up. You throw it in just like regular oven, cookies or anything. You can put it in pasta.
Anything.
Burgers, anything. So I think it's cooking with cannabis is becoming cooler and cooler and easier and easier.
Cool.
It's so amazing.
Would you consider yourself an expert on food and extracts or?
I don't consider myself an expert or anything. I have some knowledge that I've really tried to work hard for 20 years. I've got some knowledge. But I'm a foodie. Love food, and I think that's where if you have the desire and love for it, then you can be an expert. You can get to that.
Nice.
That level.
Were you cooking before? Like, were you like did you go to like cooking school or no? You just kind of just felt. And so, did you just fall in love with cannabis first or food first?
Ooh, actually, I fell in love with weed first.
And then that's what kind of brought you into the food and cannabis world.
I don't know. I started smoking when I was 13, and I just loved cannabis ever since then. I didn't start cooking till I was like 16 or 17 because I had to. So, and then naturally those two just came together once I learned both. And I'm like, I'm making my own damn pop brownies. These fuckers are going to taste good too. Right. And then from that, I took it. This recipe took me over 10 years to do.
Wow. Well, I can see why, because it was really good.
Truffle, baby.
Yeah, the truffle tastes delicious. Right. Do you use like a special type of chocolate when you make this? Like, is it like a certain?
There's a certain ratio, and there's a certain type of.
Obviously,
chocolate.
those are like secrets. I'm not asking you to give out your secrets, but do you use like a Ghirardelli chocolate, or does it not? Does that matter to you?
The name brand, yes, because it depends. There's like Lindt, and there's a few that are really good, but. Just a really good dark chocolate, whether it's generic or whether it's name brand. You just look at the ingredients and you'll know which one's good.
So if, let's just say, the novice baker and weed smoker consumer wants to make edibles, what is your advice to them? Just
go to a dispensary and get your piece of paper, whatever medium you want to use, whether it's the can of butter. They have so many varieties for you to choose from, and go from there. That'll really make it the simplest thing. And even if you want to do a box, your brownie box, totally do it. Just make it your own. Add some peanut butter or some extra chocolate chips or something.
Make it fun.
Make it fun.
Nice.
Put love in it, and that's how it's going to taste delicious.
Yeah, the love is the best part.
Yep.
It is the love. I just love the whole movement that's kind of happened with the cannabis chefs and.
It's just Netflix is the cooking with cannabis show.
It's like its whole own thing.
It's like becoming its own world at this point, right? And it's kind of funny because it's like you're kind of in cannabis, but you're not really, because there is a level of expertise that comes with cooking that not everybody has.
Right.
It's definitely food, and then cannabis is just
the secondary, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Because it's like at the end of the day, it's like oil is oil, whether if it's infused oil or not infused oil. You have to know how to use that oil.
Yeah, you need to know the cooking temperatures of those oils. You need to know it's going to burn and not. Yeah, of course. Food and cannabis are marriage made in heaven. They are just so great together. Whether you're doing CBD or THC or blending them both and having it all throughout your entire meal, it's incredible. It's one of my, I love it so much.
Are you strictly baking, or are you also making like?
I prefer baking,
Okay.
but I do cater, but baking is my passion.
When you cater, what does that look like?
Mostly a lot of desserts and different types of desserts. But I also do, I've catered, what have I done? I always blank on these questions. Big things like Mexican pasta bake.
Oh. Okay,
So,
cool.
Simple, really weird things where like there's noodles in there, but it's a Mexican style and Italian, and you eat it with chips. So
That sounds delicious.
it's yeah, everyone loves it.
Next culture is food at Misty's house.
Yeah, right.
Oh, I can serve you guys some things, man. Get my culture fries going on.
Yeah,
Damn.
we'll get the real culture fries. Shout out to Latinos on the culture fries. If you haven't had them yet, go check them out. Those culture fries.
But it was there, and I was like, damn it, I can't go. As you're driving by, it's so mad.
They're off of
Flamingo.
Troppin Pecos.
Oh, Troppin Pecos.
Shout
okay.
out to the East Side, JC.
East Side, baby.
Yes, East Side. Hello.
I'm on the East Side.
Yeah,
repping the East Side.
I've been repping
Side.
Spring Valley for a while now, but
Let's talk about, and I don't know, how much we can get into this or whatever, or, being the expert level here, but let's talk about terpenes, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about terpenes when it comes to making edibles.
Mm-hmm.
Usually edibles are made with a distillate, right?
yes.
Not mine.
Not yours, right?
No.
So let's talk about the difference there. I think a lot of the times you buy like a regular old gummy and it'll just have the distillate in there.
Mm-hmm.
And so for me, I didn't really understand what that was when I first kind of got into the industry, and that process. So I've learned kind of like burns out all the terpenes, right?
And they
It
have
can
to-
still get you
yeah.
high, right?
Yeah.
But it's like
I've been on facility tours with multiple people that produce edibles that will tell me like, and I don't mean to like burst anyone's bubble, but like the sativa hybrid indica is a bunch of bullshit when it comes to edibles
because of the distillate process,
because
right?
it's all distillate at the end of the day.
Yeah. And what happens, right? So when they make the distillate, do you?
I don't know the exact process, and probably some a weed snob is gonna fucking like rip me a new one here. But from what I understand is that essentially when you're doing the distillate, that it gets so hot that you end up burning off all the terpenes.
Yeah, because you're extracting the
Each
THC, the
terpene.
just the THC oil out of there, and you're kind of like just trashing everything else.
See,
right?
here's the thing that I do: never ever cook anything over around 350 because that's when true terpenes start burning off. So everything that I cook is under that temperature. So I don't cook off any of my terpenes and any of my flavonoids and all your cannabinoids. You want everything in there. You really truly want full spectrum.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the key right there. Keep it under 350.
And I think even with like, I think it'd be so tough as an edible producer, and so if there's an edible producer, if you're watching right now,
gosh.
comment in the section and tell me I'm wrong or am I right. But I feel like it'd be so tough to like get a certain strain, like let's call it Blue Dream, right? And then just like, oh, this is a Blue Dream edible. It's like it'd be almost impossible. I feel like just because of the process of the distillate or making the gummy or the brownie or the chocolate.
Distillate, but not other ways.
But do you think
like
that these
strain specific edibles?
Yeah,
right?
but do you?
Oh, that's definitely a thing that's
I
going to
think
happen.
I think it can happen with the small batch people, but I don't know if it can happen on a mass scale. And maybe I'm wrong.
Boutiques, baby, we need boutiques.
Yeah, 100%. I think that's what's going to drive the industry, right? I think we're going to, something that I've always said is that I think we're going to go into just kind of like craft beer. We're going to hit the Bud Light, the heyday of the Bud Light, the Miller Light, the Coors Light, and then it's going to come back down to the craft Lagunitas, Reno as fuck revision.
Yeah. It's already happening with our flour and some of our oils, all the terp heads out there, right? All the weed snobs really. But I think we're kind of missing that in the edibles game, right? For the most part, right? When you go to a dispensary, you can't really find a strain specific edible. And then my girlfriend, she's always looking for that sativa distillate drink, and it's just like
it's all the same.
It's coming. Just like the cannabis industry is in its infancy. The edibles industry is way, far behind that.
Yeah.
And there are so many rules and regulations and restrictions that it's really, really hard. So, yeah, it's going to come.
And I think at the
Edibles
end of the
are gonna have
day,
their
it's like one of these, luxury items, right? Like the chocolate truffle brownie, right?
It shouldn't be. That should be medicine for everyone.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Because no one needs to be smoking all day long if they don't want to, and if they have bad lungs. This is such a better way to go for a lot of health reasons.
Your medicine should taste good too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it should taste good.
You should want to eat it.
100%. I feel like for you and me, JC, you and me have really picked up on the edibles ever since coronavirus hit, right? Because I feel like we were smoking, in between meetings, after the podcast, before the podcast, stuff like that. But then, you just don't have time sometimes.
Yeah, and from just the way that it affects me, right? It's just that I don't use it on a daily basis like I do like smoking it. But as I've kind of got into it a lot more, I've been really interested in learning about how my body reacts to the edibles, and we've been taking a lot more. We've been drinking it and doing the edibles and trying to figure out what's going on with this. What's in my edibles in Nevada when I go to the dispensary? Right?
Where am I right now?
And so it's been interesting.
It's a great journey. Because
a lot of people are scared, right? They're scared of the stories,
very
right?
much.
Or you take it, you don't feel it, and you take it, you eat too much, and
you can definitely OD on edibles, very much.
Yeah.
But the good thing about that is the worst that's going to happen to you is you're gonna be overly paranoid, and you're gonna sleep really, really good for like 10 freaking hours. You're just gonna have the best sleep. Your body's gonna reset, which is what it needs to do to fix itself and be recuperative. And I mean, I've OD'd myself on my medicine, seeing how high my dose is.
Yeah.
And how,
What's the most you've ever taken at one time?
Over 25.
100?
Yeah.
125 only? 125?
2500.
2,500.
500. Yeah, 2,500.
I think the legal limit in Nevada to sell to one person one day is 3,500.
I've been making edibles for like 20 years, and you have to before I give it to anybody.
Of course,
I'm gonna know.
Yeah, you gotta be the test dummy.
Yes, 100%. So.
Do you think? Okay, let me ask you this: if you walk into a dispensary on any given day, what edible are you trying to buy? Like if you you don't have time that day to cook or whatever, you want to pick up a couple edibles. What are you picking up?
I'm not picking up anything.
You will never buy a store-bought edible.
Not right now. Mostly everything is gummies, and I don't even like gummies.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not a gummy person. But there are a few out there that are great that I love that I would buy if I ate gummies.
Oh, okay. Which ones, if you don't mind, shout them out.
I love. I don't know if you guys Edible D. She's oh my goodness. And I kind of like Wild's gummies a little bit. So I've heard some people give me shit about it.
No, I like the wild. I like the wild gummies.
But I'm not a gummy person, so.
I think I've tried so many different gummies during coronavirus and so many different styles. I mean, I just go back to the classic can of punch puck. You know what I'm saying? The highly edible puck.
I like the highly edible
pucks. I don't know why, but and like such a hit or miss with some people. Some people hate those pucks.
They remind me of the orange slices that you get at the gas station.
Oh God!
But I did get to try those Camino gummies. Oh, those Camino gummies are so good. They taste. Have you ever had like the Welch's fruit snack gummies?
Okay, see those, yes, because I buy those for the kids.
They taste identical. Like I was like, yo, am I back in the 4th grade right now, just eating some fruit snacks at recess? I'm not. I'm eating some Camino gummies.
Yeah. And they're about to get you on slant.
Yeah, they're about to slam me. You can pay me for that, Camino, if you want to. We only charge a little bit for those podcast clips, but
we'll send you a bill.
We'll send you the bill, Camino.
So all right, so let's talk about this. We've been talking about just it being fun, right? And your love for it and your passion for it. Let's talk about it as a business, right? Like, so is it a business for you? And
it's definitely, yes, a business for me. So it's my heart and soul.
So where are you taking the business? Where are your goals for the business?
I'm trying to take it to the shelves on dispensaries and really, obviously rec, but my love is for medical too, so I really want really good edibles out there for the rec people to have, but also for the medical people that really, really need that medicine and have their food tasting good and actually have good ingredients in it and have the variety of being vegan and gluten free and all those options and it not just being gummies.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So I mean, let's talk about it. Like, so what are you doing to work towards that?
A lot of networking, a lot of I've talked with a lot of different companies around here, and It's just a lot of talking, honestly.
And
just
and what kind of what kind of roadblocks are you seeing?
Greedy. I'm seeing a lot of greed.
Yeah, let's talk about it, right? Don't be scared. Let's get into it.
Fucking
listen.
Throw it out there.
Yeah, because we got so many passionate people out there trying to do the right thing in cannabis, and they're making it fucking hard for people to get in the game, right?
Yes,
let's talk
very
about
hard.
it, right? So let's talk about some of the roadblocks you've experienced.
Yeah, it's what do I have to offer? What why am I different than anybody else? And why should we give you our license? And it's very coveted. And people, if you're not with them, they're not going to let you in.
Yeah. No,
So
I feel that. Me and JC talk about this all the time, but it's so fucking ridiculous that this culture was built off the people, and now it's just like no, it's a privilege now. It's a privilege now. It's all mine, and fuck you. And this is. It's like, bro, the fuck. I just made this shit legal for you. What are you talking about? What do you mean it's all yours now?
Yeah, it's disappointing, and so let's talk about some. Let's talk about some of the like what do you do when sometimes it just feels like you get the door shut in your face. Like, how do you deal with that?
You just keep going. You just, one door closes, another window opens. You just find that window. And that's what I'm doing. I'm searching frantically for that window, trying to go with the flow and be patient at the same time, but still keeping myself, 1 foot in the door and trying to see where everything is going. Keeping information, keeping tabs on what's going on, trying to stay in the loop.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, it's rough out there.
I can't wait to see these on shelves.
I can't either.
Thanks.
And this is what the edible industry really needs. I mean, like, let's just be honest, guys. I mean, I'm sick of going to see a different pack of gummies every time I go into
everyone sells it. Everyone has it.
Can I get an edible with a little bit of love into it, please?
It will. They will come, because there's a lot of us out there that are so good.
And can I get a strain specific edible?
I don't know if that's
He doesn't know if that's gonna happen.
I don't think that's gonna happen, dude.
With boutiques and all, and yes,
I just don't. I feel like it's gonna be really tough to justify the cost. I think or it's going to be very expensive to do, and I just as someone who currently runs a business in the cannabis space, taxes fuck you. So it's like
that's where we're getting.
Yeah, so 100%. So like if taxes were just regular taxes that anyone else had to pay,
our laws.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, there's a million things that are wrong with the Department of Taxation, and I've said it now 100 fucking times. I'm not going to dive into it right now because I'm not going to get angry. I can feel my blood boiling.
Let these work.
I'm gonna need another edible here soon, but but it's ridiculous.
I know that's passion though. That's really good that you have that passion.
Well, it's just like come on, man. It's like I'm just I want to lead the way for other small businesses just like yours, for that you don't have to own a multi-million-dollar cannabis license to own a cannabis brand. I can fucking start any company that I want today, as long as it's not fucking crazy. I can go start a face shield company today selling custom face shields, and I don't need anything. I just go on fucking line, go to Alibaba, go find someone that makes them, customize it a little bit, set up a website, and start slinging those motherfuckers.
And you shouldn't have to feel like you're fucking lucky.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's ridiculous.
It's like just work fucking hard.
It is a lottery.
So.
Yeah, it is a lottery.
Yeah, and we're the ones working hard here, and just not getting anything.
I mean, Tony and I bust our ass every day, and I came from literally nothing, and Tony's 24 years old, busted his ass, went to college, and we don't only just own a cannabis company, but we run the motherfucker too, right? And we do all of it, and and sometimes people still look at us and they make us feel like we're lucky to be here, and it's like. It's just disappointing, honestly. You know what I mean? But it's the type of shit that you have to deal with out here, and and like I say, it's all about how you react to things and not how you kind of like give in to things all the way. You know?
Man. Yeah. Yeah, that whole luck thing pisses me the fuck off. Yeah. Like, this is not fucking luck, bro. I've been, JC's came from the motherfucking gutter to get here. Yeah. I've been busting my ass since I was 17 years old owning businesses, and so it's just like, for anyone to tell me that I'm lucky just irks me to no end. To the point where it's like, bro, I might smack the shit out of you.
Right.
See, I would just turn it around and be like, damn right.
Or I'm gonna need a Misty's edible here in about 5 seconds.
Yeah, take a Misty's edible.
Oh God.
Listen, I bought last week we had a friend's birthday party.
Goodness.
I love doing
She
those.
was like, "Hey, I want a birthday cake from my birthday party, and I would like it infused. JC, can you help me with that?" And I was like, "Yes, I can. I know somebody." And so we called Misty Land from Misty Land's Baked Good, and he brought over this beautiful chocolate peanut butter cake infused with THC. It was about 20 milligrams THC per bite, and it really made for a great birthday, and we appreciate that. And so where can people find you if they want to try some of your edibles? How do they find you? How do they get a hold of you? All that stuff.
The best way to get a hold of me is on Instagram or Facebook. I am Mistyland Baked Goods on both Facebook and Instagram. I am working on my webpage, so I haven't gotten that, but it's in the works. Everything is kind of just slow, just due to COVID, but it's still going. I'm still keeping on it. I'm literally working on a new logo, which I don't know if I'm going to use or not, but it's there and I'm working on it.
Yes.
And definitely still doing the catering for the people that I love and admire in the industry, and that's my favorite part right there. I love doing that, making cakes for people and just knowing that this is their happy day and feeling that shit full of love, so they're just overflowing with it.
Yes.
Love it.
Yes, I love it too. Well, thanks for coming on. We appreciate it.
Thank you
Thanks
so
for
much.
having me,
Keep
guys.
fighting the good fight.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
JC,
Bro, Tony.
what the fuck? What have you been doing, bro?
Man, hustling, dog.
He's been moving, shaking, making deals, buying shit, fucking. We're doing it all.
Yeah.
We're doing it all.
Listen, the best way to create your future is to create it, and that's what we're out here doing.
We're,
You know what I
we're
mean?
making it ourselves, right? And the best way to find out is just trying it out.
Yep, 100%.
And we got some shit working right now. If you haven't checked out Culture is Food, this is a new
Check it out.
Yeah, it's a new series that we're doing. We got a ton of fucking episodes that are about to come out. We have 10 backlogs right now
we do.
from the great city of Reno, Nevada. We just launched the smoked episode. Go check that out. Me and JC diving on some delicious ribs. We have the new episode coming out this Saturday. It is the Slater's Ding-a-Wing episode up in Reno, Nevada. If you know about Slater's Ding-a-Wing up there, you know how fucking good those wings are.
Yes, yes, go check it out. It's an amazing video.
And then Sunday,
Sunday, dripping at the drop.
came through dripping, drip.
Dripping at the drop. It's going to be this Sunday. It's going to be a car wash benefiting Nevada Normal.
Yeah, they're gonna fight the fucking good fight.
All proceeds going to fight cannabis
Let these
law reform.
motherfuckers know what's up. Yeah, we need to let people know, like, yo, we can't get fucked on these DUI laws. We can't get fucked on these social allowances. We can't be fucking over these patients. So
No.
No,
And
we
let's-
really have to be the ones out there with the voice saying that this is what the industry really needs.
yeah, and if you like smoking cannabis at all, even
Love-
once,
Yes.
then you should be supporting this cause.
Yes.
Because this is what helped cannabis get legalized in Nevada. This is what's going to continue to help get better laws in Nevada
Yes.
and enable great company like Misty Land Edibles to become companies in Nevada
Right.
with licenses.
Yep.
So
Yes.
We don't just complain about it. We participate in
Yeah.
the solution too.
Yes, we do.
I like to complain a lot, but I also like to back that shit up. So
I'm with you on that. I talk a lot of shit, but damn it, I got some action behind me too.
yes, we're a bunch of doers over here. But yeah, I mean, listen, if you haven't picked up a Culture and Cannabis Ready to Roll, I don't know what the fuck you've been doing, because honestly,
get on
these
that.
are the most unique products in the game, especially if you're coming to town or if you just don't have a grinder that day. You just need something quick. You don't want a full fucking joint. You come with some papers, cut that bad boy in half, rip that joint before you have to go to that shitty 9 to 5 and go get that money.
Yeah, go pick it up. They're the 7-gram bags are at Acres right now.
And Cureleaf.
And Cureleaf right now.
Go check that out.
Go pick them up.
And we got some new dispensaries in the works.
We do some big ones.
Some
Yeah.
big boys we're really excited about. More details come on that soon. I'm not going to drop that yet, but we're going to do so much dope shit.
Yeah.
And I'm so hyped. And I love all those people over there.
Yeah.
It's just,
Here's the thing. If we can do it, anybody can do it.
I think that's
Hell yeah.
I think that's the biggest point, right?
That's right there. Culture and Cannabis
yeah.
and everything that you guys are doing, that's
Yeah.
If
You were there
why
for the
it
first
works
one,
and why
right?
it's so successful.
yeah, if two schmucks can fucking build a cannabis company, anybody can. So
Word up.
Word
Follow your
up.
dreams.
Yeah.
Do not give up.
I feel like I wanted to say something else.
PBS
but
special.
I guess I don't know.
That's a wrap, baby.
I think that's it. Wrap it up. That's
That's
Culture
a
and
wrap.
Cannabis. That's Culture and Cannabis podcast. Thanks so much for coming on the show. I really
Thank you
appreciate
guys
it.
so
Thank you.
much.
You
Thank
can find me on Instagram at fulltimetony. You can find JC at jc.coates.
That's it.
Check out some great things. Listen, I might start a face shield company, and JC calls them the ass mask. But be on the lookout for that as well. But that's the episode. We'll see you guys next Thursday. Peace.